which promotes interreligious dialogue among international organizations, trains peace builders, and hosts online tools and knowledge. And the Interreligious Dialogue in Conflict Situations Hub, which paves the way for platforms that contribute to peace and reconciliation and builds religious actors' capacities to advocate for peaceful coexistence, as well as conduct concrete interfaith and intrafaith dialogue initiatives. Our Global Practices Hub is made up of the Fellows Program, the Program for People Seeking Refuge in Europe, the International Networking Program, Youth Program, and the Dialogue Knowledge Hub. Our Fellows Program brings together religious leaders in a one-year course in interreligious dialogue where they learn and implement dialogue initiatives in their communities. 183 fellows from 44 countries have been trained since the launch of the program in 2015. In 2018, we trained 71 fellows who implemented 50 individual and joint initiatives around the world. After graduation, fellows join a global network and have access to online resources, networking opportunities, webinars, and funds for further dialogue projects. The Program for Inclusion of People Seeking Refuge supports the integration process by building capacity through dialogue. The program began in early 2017, training members of the Viennese community to help facilitate integration through dialogue and to develop a toolkit for supporting refugees. The program is expanding into the Network for Dialogue of European expert practitioners who promote the inclusion of refugees and migrants through dialogue. We also collaborated with several Vienna-based organizations, such as the Austrian Red Cross, in intercultural and interreligious dialogue events. The International Networking Program promotes dialogue among international organizations and networks and advocates for inclusion of religious actors in initiatives like the Sustainable Development Goals. In 2018, the number of KAICIID partners expanded to some 20 international organizations and networks, and KAICIID is a member of the board and advisory committees for several international networks. Among the center's partners is the African Union. With the support of KAICIID, the African Union's Interfaith Dialogue Forum has now met for the third time, bringing together religious leaders and policymakers to achieve the African Agenda 2063. 3 of the new members of the African Union Interfaith Steering Committee are KAICIID Fellows.
Wow.
In Europe, KAICIID has worked for 3 years with Muslim and Jewish religious leaders to create an organization that builds trust and collaboration between the two communities. In October, that platform was registered, and some 40 representatives gathered in Amsterdam to plan how together they can push forward the development of a fair, diverse, and integrated European society. In partnership with the World Organization of the Scouting Movement, our youth program engaged 600 young people from more than 60 countries in 2018. The upcoming 2019 to 2023 youth program strategy will focus on mainstreaming youth in interreligious dialogue across all KAICIID programs, including partner organizations. We also help to develop learning materials for young people, such as training materials for the Scouts and the Dialogo game, an educational aid that helps young people discuss sensitive topics, values and beliefs, and current global issues in an engaging and fun way. Through our Dialogue Knowledge Hub, we provide online courses on interreligious dialogue for policy and decision makers, civil society, religious leaders, and KAICIID fellows, as well as accredited courses for university students and academia. In partnership with the Joint Learning Initiative, the Dialogue Knowledge Hub designed and delivered a series of thematic webinars on establishing platforms in conflict areas and the role of local faith actors in responding to refugees and forced migration. In 2018, the Dialogue Knowledge Hub created knowledge and enhanced its online databases, including case studies and short videos, and will soon launch its new online database, Who's Who in Interreligious Dialogue, a database of interreligious dialogue resource persons and trainers. The Dialogue Knowledge Hub also began partnerships with several research institutions, such as the Sarajevo School of Science and Technology, the Nahyan Center for Arabic Studies and Intercultural Dialogue in Lebanon, and the Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution in Nigeria. The Interreligious Dialogue in Conflict Situations Hub houses our programs in Myanmar, Nigeria, Central African Republic, and the Arab region. In Myanmar, our work focuses on preventing hate speech and engaging religious actors and other local stakeholders. We have trained more than 900 people in more than 30 trainings and reached 2,000 people through awareness-raising events. We also trained 160 peace educators, 76 policymakers, and 85 Buddhist leaders on interreligious dialogue. With local partners, we supported a social media campaign against hate speech that gathered more than 20,000 followers on Facebook. We also launched the first interreligious dialogue training center in Myanmar, which has trained more than 100 peace advocates to date. Some of KAICIID fellows have become trainers and are contributing to train more people on mutual understanding and peaceful coexistence. In the Arab region, we launched the first interreligious dialogue platform, bringing together 22 key religious institutions in the Arab region. We also launched a regional network of religious faculties, as well as a national network in Iraq to promote common citizenship and coexistence. We also trained an Arab Region Fellows cohort in 2018 and concluded with launching the Arab Youth Forum for Interreligious and Intercultural Dialogue. We also trained nearly 600 young peace activists on how to use social media as a space for dialogue. They led 10 online campaigns promoting dialogue in the Arab region. In Nigeria, KAICIID supported, in 2018, dialogue initiatives reaching hundreds of people that focused on interreligious dialogue for conflict resolution and preventing hate speech. We also supported the creation of the Interfaith Dialogue Forum for Peace, one of the most diverse and inclusive platforms for Nigerian religious and traditional leaders, which engaged more than 500 community members and religious and government representatives to reconcile communities affected by ethnic conflicts in 5 states. We also brought together religious leaders and policymakers in a dialogue session on how to address electoral violence, ethnic conflict, and inclusion of women. In the Central African Republic, KAICIID is working with the Ministry of National Reconciliation to support local peace committees and local partners to address the challenges resulting from the ongoing conflict. We signed a collaboration agreement to support the country's interfaith platform in conducting local dialogue initiatives throughout the country. We trained 175 community leaders in dialogue facilitation and 32 journalists in conflict-sensitive journalism, in collaboration with the UN Office on Genocide Prevention. We also supported 18 small-scale initiatives focusing on social cohesion and peaceful coexistence in the target areas, and will collaborate with the Ministry for National Reconciliation to establish 5 localized peace committees to promote peace and reconciliation. Globally, more and more people have come together and prevented or overcome conflict through dialogue as the result of our work and collaboration. As the efforts of the Center continue to bear fruit, we look forward to increasing the breadth and depth of our work in the next strategic cycle.
So thank you very much. This is just in a nutshell the work that we do globally.
Southeast Asia. As they said, KAICIID is more than Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. I haven't felt even a single moment while I was a KAICIID fellow. They know that I graduated from Tehran University, but not even one just